You spent years honing your craft, late nights, early mornings. Every spare second goes into your music, writing, recording, perfecting your sound, your lyrics. They hit deep, your melodies, they stick in people's heads. And when people hear your music, they tell you the same thing, bro. It's you up next. The song is crazy. Why aren't you blowing up? You feel it, right? That quiet excitement, the belief that you're one song away from making it, but then reality punches you in the face. Because you check your numbers, nothing moves. Your streams stuck. Your followers barely ticking up. Your engagement dead. And then the doubts start creeping in. What am I doing wrong? You're grinding, you're posting, you're promoting, yet it feels like you're shouting into the void. Every post ignored, every DM left on read, every song lost in the algorithm. And then late at night when no one's around, that one thought creeps in. A thought that you don't say out loud. Am I delusional? Because you know your music is better than half the stuff that's popping right now. You hear these artists on playlists, on the radio, going viral on TikTok, and you think, how? How is this blowing up? How is this getting millions of streams? And then you see it, an industry plants some half-ass TikTok rapper with a garbage song, and somehow they're everywhere. Millions of streams, label meetings, packed shows. And you start thinking, is the game rigged? Is it even possible to make it without selling out? Then you start questioning everything. Maybe the people who told you your next stop were just being nice. Maybe your dream isn't realistic. Maybe music was never meant to be more than a hobby for you. Maybe this independent grind isn't what you thought it'd be. Maybe going independent is just career suicide in disguise. Because everywhere you look, it seems like labels hold the key. They control the playlists, they have the budgets, they can put an artist in front of millions overnight. And you start asking yourself, am I really going to make it without them? Because you see artists signing deals and skyrocketing overnight. Meanwhile, you're in the trenches, pushing your music like a street vendor, begging people to listen. You drop songs, promote it like crazy, and what happened? A couple hundred streams, a few fire emojis in the comments, and then nothing else. The song disappears, and it feels like no one ever cared. And that's when self-doubt kicks in. Is independence just a way to say I failed? Am I wasting my time when I could just be getting a deal? But deep down, you don't just want to make music. You want it to reach the people. You want millions to feel what you feel when you write. Then the labels start calling. They come with promises, exposure, connections, success. And at first it sounds perfect. They tell you, you got talent, now let us take you to the next level. We'll handle the marketing, the playlisting, the networking. Just sign here and we'll make you a star. And you start believing it. Maybe a label is the answer. Maybe this independent grind is just delusional optimism. But then you start looking deeper, you hear the horror stories. Artists trapped in 360 deals, streaming checks barely covering rent, albums shelved because the label wasn't feeling it. Then you realize labels aren't a golden ticket, they're just a different set of chains. Because if you sign too early, too desperate, and without leverage, you don't own your music, you don't own your brand, hell, you don't even own your own name. And suddenly you're stuck, watching your songs blow up while you see pennies, watching your creativity get filtered through executives, watching a career you dreamed of turn into a nightmare. And then for the first time you ask yourself, is there another way? And that's when it hits you. Maybe the game isn't broken, maybe you're playing it wrong. Because here's what they don't tell you, independence isn't impossible, it's entrepreneurial. The difference between struggling independence and thriving one isn't talent, it's knowing the game and playing to win. Because let's be real, it's not the best artists who win, it's the artists who know how to move. And the music industry wants you to stay blind to this. They push this idea that you're just one viral moment away. Just keep posting, just go hard on TikTok, just hope the algorithm picks you up, and that's the trap. Because while you're waiting for luck, the artists who understand the business, they're out there creating their own success. Here are the facts. Nipsey hustled it and begged for label deals. He built his own movement. Tech Nine never needed a major. He made millions independently. Chance the Rapper turned down deals and still won a Grammy. And of course, we can't forget Russ, a guy who dropped a song every week and turned himself into a self-made millionaire. No labels, no middlemen, no excuses. What do they all have in common? They stopped thinking like just artists and started moving like CEOs. They realized something that most artists never do. The cold truth about the music industry. It isn't about the music, it's about business. Labels don't sign artists because they love their music, they sign artists because they know how to monetize attention. The artists who get signed already built demand. If you think about it, labels don't create stars, they invest in stars who are already winning. So the real question isn't, do I need a label? It's, how can I make my music my business? Because independence isn't about being alone, it's about building leverage. If you don't have leverage, you're begging. You're out here hoping someone notices you, hoping a playlist picks you up, hoping a viral moment saves you. Hope isn't a strategy. And if you don't control your audience, your own brand, your own income, then you're just waiting for permission to succeed. If you're serious about making it without relying on anyone, you need to learn the game. The real game, what separates winners from losers, is marketing. Are you capturing attention or just posting and hoping people care? It's branding. Do people recognize you, or do you just blend in with everyone else? It's partnerships. Are you networking or just begging for streams and random DMs? It's multiple income streams. Or are you dependent on Spotify's fractions of a penny to pay your bills? Because this is why some independent artists thrive while others starve. Not because of talent, not because of luck, but because some learn the game while others stay blind to it. The moment you stop playing checkers, you start playing chess. Everything changes. Because once you stop thinking like just an artist and start moving like a CEO, your whole career changes. The artists who make real moves don't just drop music and hope for the best. They don't sit around waiting for their break. They create their break. Because they understand one thing the labels fear the most. The game was never about labels. It was always about leverage. Think about it. When a label sees an artist blowing up without them, what do? They rush in. They offer deals. They try to buy a piece of the action. Because once an artist has leverage, the industry doesn't own them. They own the industry. And that right there is the biggest flex, you know? Russ owns his masters, runs his business, and makes millions independently. Nipsey Hussle didn't wait for validation, he built his own empire. Tech Nine turned his independence into a multi-million-dollar powerhouse. No middlemen, no label controlling the narrative. And guess what? If Russ ever wanted a label deal, he wouldn't have to beg for one. The labels would be begging him. That's what leverage does. And if you don't have it, you're just another artist waiting for permission to succeed. So now you have a choice. You literally have a choice. You can keep grinding, keep waiting, keep hoping someone puts you on, or you can take control, build your brand, own your music, and create your own lane. That means building your audience first instead of chasing random playlist placements, creating a recognizable brand that makes people stop scrolling. Collaborate strategically, not begging in DMs, but networking intentionally. You can set up multiple income streams, merch, shows, sync licensing, sponsorships. That's the difference between hoping something happens and making it happen. You're either waiting to get picked or you're picking yourself. If you're still here, still listening, still locked in, then maybe, just maybe, this path is for you. If that's the case, it's time to stop watching and start building. Right now, you're at the threshold. One step forward, everything changes. One step back, nothing does. And you know it, because from this moment on, there's only two types of artists: the ones who stay waiting or the ones who take control. No more excuses. No more I'll just figure it out later. No more I just need one viral moment. Because while you sit and wait, someone else is taking action. While you doubt yourself, someone else is building their brand. While you hesitate, another artist is outworking you, outthinking you, and taking the spot that you thought was yours. So be real with yourself. Are you going to keep watching others win, or are you ready to finally start betting on yourself? Independence isn't for everyone. It takes grit, it takes strategy, it takes courage to move when no one else is clapping for you yet. But if you're still here, still listening, still locked in, then maybe, just maybe, this path is for you. And if it is, then waiting isn't just pointless, it's dangerous, because every second you hesitate, someone else is taking your spot. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can keep watching from the sidelines, or you can step up and start building. This is your defining moment. Are you ready to do something about it?